everybody, it's Tojo time!
Yes it is, it's Monday morning.
The best time of the day, the best day of the week.
Wakey, pulling the duvets off the bed. It's time to get up, it's another day.
Grab your coffee.
Tea, coffee, whatever you want. The sun is shining for us today.
The sun will come up today.
Oh, I started him off already.
Gotta have a song for the morning. Do you have a song for the morning?
No.
David, it's lovely to see you. Sally and Ian, Sarah Jane, Diane.
Welcome
Pat.
everyone coming on to our feed. Pat, Di, Lorraine. I saw some other names come up, but they all went a little bit too fast. I'm so sorry. Good morning. Did you sleep all right?
Lorraine, lovely to see you. And Diane.
Do you know
Rebecca.
what day of the week it is? Morning, Beck. Do you know what day of the week it is? Yes, it's Monday. Not that
Monday
bears
morning.
a lot of relevance, does it? Because they all just seem to blend into one. However, we are now week 5. You have survived 5, you're coming up to 5 weeks worth of lockdownness.
You're a survivor.
Well done.
You're a survivor.
Huh.
Hey, Rocky
Week
moment.
5.
Da, ba,
It's
ba,
like-
ba, 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 ba.
It's almost like you're... If there's
Ba, 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 ba.
Man, he talks a lot to me again.
Ba, 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 ba.
Oh man, a lot. I think it just yeah, just calm. So, what do we have coming up for you today? We're going to be sharing some epic good news with you today. We are going to be talking about some quite in-depth subjects, I guess, but stuff to look at, which is really cool. Well, I'm sorry, I can't do this with you in the background.
Oh, I thought I was giving you background music there.
Too much coffee. You're totally right there, Sally. Welcome to everyone on my feed. Welcome to everyone on Tom's feed. We're on 2 different feeds today. Do. Grab yourself a coffee.
And the feeds get combined onto YouTube later.
YouTube. They do get combined, and you'll be able to have a bit of catch-up TV. A bit like BBC iPlayer, you'll be able to watch it back later, but with all the pictures and videos, etc. in high res and looking good. Good morning, everyone. Coming into week 5 of lockdown, you are doing amazingly well, by the way. Your survival rate is 100% so far.
Yes.
So well done, congratulations.
You are the designated survivors. Christine Cordes, Laura Jane, it's lovely to see you.
Morning.
Hey.
Thanks, Lorraine. I do need prayer. To be fair, I do. He's on a bit of a hyper this morning. So, what are we going to start off with in the good news today? Oh my gosh, Tom Moore, just when you thought this story couldn't get any better. The guy just went and raised like over £26 million. And not only that, it's like he's in like, we have a tech failure going on right here. I'm just going to talk to the camera. He's actually number 1 in the charts. Oh my gosh, number 1 in the charts. He's 99 years old, becoming 100 next week, I think.
Okay, so the tech is sorted. The YouTube feed will not be high resolution. It will be taken from... I forgot to press record on the camera.
Thank goodness you didn't catch all that, so only you who are watching live got to catch that.
Oops.
So, he's now number 1, but not only is he number 1, he then, like, Vera Lynn is closely behind him, and she's like 100 and something, with We'll Meet Again. So those who are smashing the top of our charts are like...
Centenarians.
Not even the generations before us. So go for it. Go for
Wonderful.
it.
Who would have thought that a 100-year-old would knock a 103-year-old off the top of the charts? Eh?
I
What
know,
an amazing thing that is.
But well done, Tom Moore, raising over £26 million. Have you donated to him? That might be...
I've just seen what Eddie's written here. My coffee almost came out my nose, Eddie.
Oh, not
He
another
said, don't
time.
confuse the boosting effects of caffeine with the power of the Holy Spirit.
Yes, that's one word for it. But yes, well done, Tom Moore. We salute you. And all those that went on the coffee morning on Friday, the Spitfires are going to be doing a flyover for him on his 100th birthday. He's just... man. Yes, he's on one this morning. So yes, Pat, you're never too old. Never too old. Give it a go. Try and go to number one. Who knows what could happen?
What good news!
I know.
Good news, isn't it? Such other good news we have for you if you've been following our friends Paul and Katie. And Paul has been in hospital with complications from COVID. He was put in an induced coma, and they basically told the family this isn't going to work out. Get ready for bad news. And he made a spectacular recovery.
Miracle.
He ended up, him and his girlfriend ended up getting engaged.
In the hospital?
In hospital. She's on her knees in front of his bed in full PPE protective gear. They've got engaged.
Yep.
He has now left hospital.
Paul has left the building, ladies and gentlemen. Paul has left the building. And as he left, all those who were following Darrant Valley Hospital, I shared it on my Facebook yesterday, he got what's called a guard's honour for leaving the hospital. And he's one of the county's top radiologists from the Medway Hospital. So they gave him an amazing leaving applause as he walked down the corridor and miraculously walked out of that hospital when he wasn't even supposed to live. He got 24 hours left, that lad.
Made national news.
He did. He's
Wonderful.
in the BBC News. Well done, Paul and Katie. I bet you're so glad to wake up in the same bed, in your own bed. And there's nothing like it's this hospital.
With PPE gear, full PPE gear.
Yeah, but that's
another
something
matter
to
altogether.
brighten up your Monday morning. Getting loads of loves on the feed for that.
He is one of 500,000 people who have now recovered from COVID. That's people who we know about, and most of those are people who have been hospitalised.
We personally don't know them.
No.
We don't know 500,000 people. But according to the news, over 500,000 people have now recovered. So that's incredible news. So when you see all the death tolls going up, also there's always a balance. With dark always comes light. Right?
Yes, that's right.
There's always the balance. Look at the bigger picture.
And so our word of wisdom this morning is from Philippians 4 verse 8, which says, fix your eyes on, fix your thoughts on what is authentic, what is honourable, what is admirable, what is beautiful, what is respectful, what is pure, what is kind, what is strong, what is buff. No, it doesn't say that, but it should do. What is pure and what is kind.
Yep.
It's talking about where we fix our mind, because where we fix our mind is the way we view the world.
It is. It is. When the first thing you wake up in the morning, perhaps you put on some breakfast television, I don't know, perhaps you put on BBC Radio 2, perhaps you put on BBC Radio 1, who knows? But news is normally there to educate us in the badness, and it's making that decision to concentrate on the good stuff, people.
Yes.
Concentrate on the good stuff. Purely, not for ignorance sake, but just for the sake of your own mind.
We are designed, as human beings, we are designed to live in small communities, very small communities, and to have very little idea of what's happening in the rest of the world. By the miracle of social media and the news, we're able to be in touch with all that's happening in the world. So that would be incredible if it were that we were in touch with all the good news, but you know what the media's like. It will leave no bad story left untold, and will put a bad spin on it because it's clickbait, because it sells magazines. It's the stuff, the gossip is the stuff that sells newspapers. And against that, Paul the Apostle, he says, fix your thoughts on what is authentic.
Yeah.
True news, not fake news.
Yeah.
Fix your mind on things which are admirable, things which are worth admiring. When I was a kid, I had photos and posters of pop stars that I admired all over my walls, and they inspired me to want to be like them. Now, some of them weren't very good examples, but what he's saying is, look, it's okay to put a poster on your wall in that sense.
Yeah.
Something you could admire, something that's beautiful,
Yeah.
that's respectful.
Yeah.
Respectful, that's pure, that's kind.
That's right. So our minds can get into, I don't know if you've heard the term called a headspace. You can get into something called a headspace or a mind space, where it feels like your mind has put barriers around this thought that you can't get out of, and it goes and goes and goes, and it just regurgitates like the same thought all the time. This thought can be something of insecurity.
You're not good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
You're ugly.
So there's this constant like winding up of this clock in your head, and no matter where like you try and get out, this wall just seems to kind of like build you in, and you can't get out. But what's amazing is that creation is designed to actually bring you out of your mind, to put you slam back like bam into now. All that exists is now. Tomorrow doesn't exist. The next minute doesn't exist. The last minute doesn't exist. It's now. And now, to be fair, when you look at it, take off the edges, etc., etc., now's pretty all right.
Yep.
And creation will always do that to you. I think that's incredible.
So the way we view the world is the way the world is. You're entirely locked inside your head. We are entirely locked inside our bodies. We can't escape from in here. Except the problem is that between what's out there and what's in here, there's a viewing screen. And so our eyes and our ears and our senses receive data from the world, what's happening outside. But then they don't give us that data. They process that data and then present it to us as a newsreel. And in between the data coming in and that presenting of the newsreel, there is an editor. And you are that editor. Your subconscious is that editor. And if you train that editor to see the bad in everything, to put a negative filter, to put a, on
black and white.
Instagram you can darken or you can lighten everything.
Yeah.
You can train your mind through bad mind discipline just to put a negative filter on stuff. And so you become an Eeyore. You see the world in a muted down that way.
Well.
Somebody else sees the world differently. It's the
like
editor. Yeah. Tigger and Eeyore. It's the filter that goes between the way the world is and the way you perceive it.
The way you see it.
The editor, the subconscious editor. And what Paul's saying here is you've got to change the editor. If you want to live a spiritual life, you've got to change the editor. You've got to kick that editor out. You've got to make sure that if you know what's happening in the world through the news, that you don't let that become the editor of how you view life. Because as a person thinks in his life, in his heart, so he is, and so his world is.
Yes, totally. And you'll find that you have the same situation. So we're all in the same boat, effectively. Same situation, but people will view it differently. So some people will view this time. I've heard people say, "Oh, do you know what? I can hear the birds again. I've loved silence. I've loved stilling myself." And then I've heard people say, "Oh my gosh, this is hell. I can't wait to get back to work." And so there's the same situation, but just a different filter on each side. And I believe that for the sake of our mental health and our sanity, and also for the sanity of your household, is that perhaps we kind of tweak that picture to get a little more life and a little more colour.
Yeah. We feel so often that we feel guilty if we're not constantly feeding ourselves with the bad news that the media is putting out. There's almost a sense of guilt. In a time of crisis like this, we feel this sense of almost guilt at focusing on some of the positive things.
Yeah, it's all right.
And but we're not designed, we're not built, we're not qualified, we're not able to deal with that much bad news. And so, like our wartime generation before us, we put on the filter. And when Winston Churchill saw the Blitz in London, and he said,
on the beaches.
London can take it. London can take it. What he was saying is, come on, bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah.
We don't care what you do. Who do you think you're kidding, Mr. Hitler, when you think we're on the run? It's a silly song.
In other words...
But it was a filter.
Hakuna Matata.
What?
It means no worries. Hakuna Matata. Yeah. Exactly.
I didn't know that was even a song.
Yeah. That's The Lion King.
Is it?
Yeah, it's The Lion King. I watched The Lion King on Disney yesterday. That's why. Hakuna Matata. You got to sing it now. Means no worries. Yeah, on a Monday morning, Hakuna Matata.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Absolutely.
Tell them about the white spotted flying eagle.
Oh, yes, for all you bird fans out there. For the first time in 240 years, the white-tailed eagle has been spotted over the North York moors. Yes, 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 yes. I'm just allowing people to catch up on the comments of what we've just started. So the white-tailed eagle hasn't been seen for 240 years, and they've now just been spotted back in the UK, which is fantastic news. And the eagle, you don't really see a lot of eagles over here.
Not in Thanet.
Well, not in Thanet, but this isn't even in Thanet. This is the North York Moors. So that's amazing news. I'm sure Chris Packham is wetting himself at the moment with that news.
But if you do want to see sparrowhawks, there are a whole bunch of them right now. You can go up to the Westwood Cross, and the bit of wasteland there, there's a mating pair of sparrowhawks up there, and they're just as tame as anything, which isn't very good if you're a sparrowhawk.
No.
But you can go and you can stand and you can watch them, and that's amazing.
So that was a little aside. So we're going to come back to the whole singing thing. So who watched that One World?
One World Together.
One World Together. One World Together. Did anyone see that last night?
We are the world.
They didn't sing that. But did you see the people on? That was fantastic. That was so emotional. Giving tribute to the NHS for all the work that they're doing out there on the front lines, actively saving lives. And the people that were on there, so you had the Stones.
Yeah,
Who was your
come on.
favourite? Who was your favourite from last night?
You can't always get what you want.
Did you notice Charlie, by the way? Bless Charlie. He was a little bit out of time and banging away on a sofa on his chair.
He had no drums in his house, so he was he was drumming on a suitcase. But if you notice very carefully, the arm of his sofa sounded remarkably like a cymbal.
Or a cymbal.
A cymbal. So I think there may have been a touch of overdubbing there. But good on you, Mick and the boys. Lovely to see you doing your stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And Andre Bocelli. When him and Andre Bocelli and Celine Dion at the end. Okay, I won't give away too many spoilers, but oh my gosh, that was really emotional.
Yeah. Really good. The voice of God.
Yeah, it was almost like, like Bandaid when everyone came together. It was like a
1984. Who saw Bandaid live? Raise your hand now, please, if you saw Bandaid live. Oh. Philippa Down says, Chris said, stop giving your cousin royalties, Tom. We're going to try and get him on the show, okay? We're going to try and get him on this, on the breakfast show. Yes.
No one's supposed to know. Yes, so it was an amazing night last night for all those who watched.
Elton John was there.
Do you know what? I was singing Elton John in our flat at the top of my lungs last night. I'm still standing. Yeah. I'm still standing. Yeah.
Stevie Wonder.
I can't beat a bit of Elton John.
Oh, come on. Bandaid, yes, so who saw Bandaid in 84? We look back on that now and we say, look, what an amazing thing that was. Remember Bob Geldof standing there shouting at people on the TV saying, get your money out, give us your money, we know you got it, you've not given it, give us your money, we want £1 million. And we're going to look back to this day and the things that are happening now as important things that our kids will and our grandkids will write history about. So be involved and see what's happening. It's quite a remarkable
Here's a little secret.
time.
When Bandaid was on in 1984, I was 1 year old. Not sure how you feel about that. Welcome to Monday morning, people. Welcome to Monday morning. So, One World Spectacular television thing, absolutely amazing, and something to watch go down in history. I took some screenshots just so I can remember this time in a few years' time when I can look back and go, oh wow, do you remember that? Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Carolyn's saying that it was her number one. The Bandaid song was the number one when she was born.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Was that the Bandaid, was that the Christmas one, or the Bandaid, the original concert which they had Queen in? That's interesting.
Yeah. So I only saw like what the Bandaid was like when I watched the film Bohemian Rhapsody.
84 was the first one, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone seen that film Bohemian Rhapsody?
Oh, yeah.
That's so good, isn't it?
If you only watch one film, you want to watch a film that makes you feel good, one film to watch during this time of lockdown, Bohemian Rhapsody, turn the lights out, put the telly on and turn it up to number 11. Wonderful.
Oh, it was so good. And
We are... I was thinking of how that is Philippians 4:8. Fix your thoughts.
I'm sorry.
Philippians 4:8. Fix your thoughts. Fix them like a postage
Anyone
stamp.
seen Bruce Almighty when he's trying to read out the news? Yes, fixing thoughts, people. Fixing thoughts. That's what we're talking about. Try and say that 5 times in a row. Fixing thoughts, thinking thoughts, fixing thoughts.
Or if you're Thanet, you can fix your thoughts.
Fix your thoughts and you don't have to
Fix
worry
your
about
thoughts.
the
It's
TH.
all F's. Fix your thoughts. And what's authentic, honourable,
Yes.
admirable, beautiful, respectful, pure, and kind.
Do you know, it takes a lot of effort, doesn't it, to like actually stay on a positive thing. I find it takes more effort to stay on something positive than it does something negative.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why that is.
That's why Paul goes on to say, take every thought captive.
Yeah.
Not just 1 in 10, every thought. And that's such hard work, you'll break a sweat trying to do it.
Yeah.
You wake up, you go to clean your teeth, and as you're cleaning your teeth, a negative thought comes in, a memory, something which isn't positive. At that point, Paul says you grab that thought and you shove it down, you flush it down the toilet. You send it up.
Shove it down the toilet.
Yes, indeed.
That's a paraphrase, people. I don't know if you can find that in your version.
Fix your thoughts on what's authentic and
Yes.
shove everything else down the toilet.
Yes, absolutely. So, what are you thinking today? When you first wake up in the morning, you get a choice as to what to think about. And you'll have lots of thoughts knocking on your door. They can be positive, they can be wacky, some of the things you think about first thing in the morning, because your brain isn't in gear yet. And so you get a choice. What do you fill your head with first thing in the morning?
Yeah. And that will determine your day. Now, if you
Pretty
wake
much.
up after having a bad dream, then you've got to do something about it.
Yeah.
And that means you need a reset. You know, sometimes on your computer, when you turn it on and you've got that little thing going round and round and round, and it means everything's frozen, you've got the blue screen of death, you have to unplug it, you have to plug it in. It calls for drastic measures. And so sometimes you wake up after a bad dream and you know what your day's going to be like. Go out for a run.
Yeah, or a little walk. Just get some fresh air. Here we go.
Put on your headphones and blast yourself with your favourite music. Then go and spend 20 minutes meditating.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Getting out there. Creation has been created to minister to you. People, to minister to you. It's not something that's just going to look pretty. It teaches us stuff. It infuses life into us. Yes.
One thing you can do, and here comes the unashamed plug, the product placement. One thing you can do for yourself and for anybody around you is to join our Shred for Summer campaign, which begins in a few short weeks on May the 1st, on May Day.
May Day.
And from May Day.
Sorry.
For 12 weeks, we're going to be we're aiming to lose, for many people, it'll be £1 a week. £1 a week's easy peasy.
Yes.
£1 a week. You can lose
£1
£2 a week, but £1 a week is easy. And we're going to support you in this. If you would like to join our Shred for Summer campaign, it's absolutely free. The commitment is from you is zero, because if you don't lose weight, it's your problem, not ours. We're not going to be badgering you. We're not going to be phoning you up, asking you why you haven't done this, that, or the other. But we will be supporting you by sending you some eating plans,
Food pictures.
food pictures.
Yeah, food pictures,
Okay, we're going to be supporting you with food pictures
recipes.
and with some emails, and you'll be able to see what we're doing and join in with the stuff we're doing.
Yeah.
And you'll be finding a way of burning an extra 300 calories a day. Join in. You don't have to be fit to do it. You can be...
all levels.
All levels.
All levels.
Is going to work fine.
Sorry, Jay says here, there is a meteor storm tonight, so worth a watch. Look up to your skies, people, tonight. Hopefully it would be clear skies. Jay said there's a meteor storm. So with the lack of pollution in the sky, potentially could we see that?
Oh.
Do you reckon? Anyone got any telescopes? Jay, if you're able to take some pictures of that with your telescope.
We're relying on Jay. Jay is our resident Patrick Moore. And we are relying on you, Jay.
And photographer.
To give us some excellent photographs of that. Somebody just messaged in saying, what about plums and prunes? Yes. We are still wanting your plums and prunes photos. If we get a few of them, we'll show them.
But not actual pictures of plums and prunes, people.
No.
Watch the Michael McIntyre sketch of plums and prunes, and you'll get that. Rachel says, what time is that meteor shower, Jay? If you could probably put on the feed what time that's going to be. We'll be looking up to the sky, and it's going on for a week. How exciting!
A week of meteors.
A week of meteor showers.
Excellent, Jay. This is all down to you. We are relying on you as the Royal Astronomer General to get photos of this for us.
Indeedy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been so lovely to be with you today. We're coming to the end of our coffee morning, excuse me, of our 30 minutes with you, brightening your day, giving you a little bit of injection of hope and something to chew over during the day. Think on things which are good, pure, kind, positive. Don't think the worst about people, think the best about people. This is a change, it has to be a shift in mind, a shift. There has to be that shift take place. So we're leaving you something to take away, to chew on. Not just food, but some good words. So we hope today has cheered you up.
If you haven't seen the show from last night, the BBC did a 2-hour compilation of it last night, and I'm sure it's all on YouTube now.
Yes, as is the coffee mornings. Okay, here is, we are recruiting you this morning. We need 1,000 subscribers to our YouTube channel. I wonder if you'd be able to help us. And if you can go to Tojo Fitness on YouTube and just press the little subscribe button, you'll find some amazing content there, and we would love you forever if you could help us out. So we're wrapping it up this morning, people. We're back Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning.
Stay safe, whatever you're doing today, enjoy it, put a smile on your face, think positive thoughts. What are you doing?
Cleansing auras.
Okay. Bless you. You take care, folks.
All right, have a great day. We love you loads.
Bye.